everyone, this is the third video of Selenium Grid4 using Docker series, and today we are going to discuss about one more cool feature of Selenium Grid4, which is video recording. And for this we are going to use this particular Docker image. The one thing that we need to keep in mind, like in case you have one container for your Edge browser, one for Chrome browser and one for Firefox browser. In that case you will be needing three different video containers, one for each of your browser containers, right? So we are going to use, in our case, we are directly going to see how this work with the Docker Compose. And in that thing, the normal Docker command will be itself covered. Then there are some pointers that we need to keep in mind. Video recording for headless browser is not supported. Video recording tends to use considerable amount of CPU. Normally you should estimate one CPU per video container and one CPU per browser container. And in video container the videos are stored in this slash videos directory. So in your local system you are going to map it using the volumes concept of Docker. Then in the end, if you are running more than one video container, then you need to make sure that you have this particular file name parameter, and in each of the video container you keep different name. Otherwise there will be the unexpected results. And one more thing that we need to keep in mind, once our execution is completed, it is important to stop the video containers. Only after that you will be able to see the saved recording. Then this is the Docker Compose file that we have to use, and I have already opened it here. So this content, the one which you are seeing on the top related to the Chrome service, Edge service and Firefox service, we have already discussed about it in the second video of this particular series. So I will recommend you guys, in case you are watching the third video directly, this particular one. So I will recommend you to go through the second video and the first video to get the better understanding of Selenium Grid 4 and the Docker concepts. So now moving ahead, so this is the Chrome video service, the same image we are using here, the one which we mentioned, which we discussed about in this particular uh, web page, right? So this is the same image, and the same image is being used for Edge video as well and the Firefox video as well. The only thing which differs is like the Chrome video will be depending upon, this is just a name, right? You can have any name, but for simplicity we are using this Chrome name for better readability and simplicity. So it will depend upon your Chrome service, and this is the file name parameter. As we were discussing, that we need to keep different file names. So we have Edge, we have Chrome here, and then we have Firefox, right? So you can see the only varying thing here is like this depends on, and then these particular properties, which depends upon what kind of browser you are recording it for. Now this is the volume concept that we were discussing. This means like this slash videos, the second part, it is the location within your video container. And this particular part, the first part, it is the location of your local system on which you are executing. Right, so what you are doing here is like whatever the content is there in the slash videos, that will be copied to this particular location and you can see it later as well, right? So this is the concept here, and I was not able to use this file as is in my case. I'm working on Windows, not sure if it is Windows specific issue, but I had to use the network concept. I had to create a network, then I had to use that network in the services. I had to define a like that network globally in this particular Docker Compose file as well. So this we already have discussed in the second video of this particular series, and the same uh, thing happened with me for these Docker video services as well, right? I had to use the network. So in case this particular version works for you, all good, but in case it is not working, you can use the version which is being used by me. Okay. So now let me go to IntelliJ. and we are going to see this thing with the help of a demo. So the first thing is like the Docker Compose file. This is our Docker Compose file. So what I have done, I have defined the network here. So this network I haven't created through Docker Compose. I have already created it. Like you need to create this particular network just once, and then you can use it until or unless you go ahead explicitly delete that thing. So in my case, the network that I have created is the grid. Command for that is docker network create and then the network name. So once this network is created, these are the services, and this is the different thing that I have done. I had to include this network here, and like this. This is just like the way we have done in our second video of this particular playlist. We have defined the ports and network, and like this is our Chrome video service. Here we have used the network. So each of these service will be having the network in it, and the specific services will have the ports as well, right? So this is a Docker Compose file, and then if we go to our testng file, testng.xml, which I have placed here. So the structure of the project is already discussed in our previous videos. So you can see it like it is the basic testng uh, using Gradle project, and it is like already explained in the first and the second video. So not taking much more time regarding the project explanation, and let us stick to the agenda of this particular video, which is for video recording only. So what I have done here is like I have three tests here, one for Chrome and one for Firefox and one for Edge. For now, let me remove this parallel. Okay, so we have three tests, one for Chrome, one for Firefox, and one for Edge. And we have here three video containers as well, three video services that we have defined. One is Chrome, uh, Edge video, and Firefox video, right? And the other different thing here is like if you see in our Chrome video or in any of our video services, we have used dot slash videos instead of that slash temp slash videos, which was there in the Docker Compose file on the website. So what does this mean? Basically, it takes the reference of this Docker Compose YAML file. So wherever this Docker Compose YAML file is placed, it will create a video folder there. So let me remove this video folder, and okay. So now what will happen? A video folder will be created within this particular directory because this file is placed here, right? And then the videos from the video container will be will we will be able to see them in this particular folder. So the same thing is being done for other video services as well, right? And now what is the next step? Like we just need to execute our docker compose up command so that all the containers which are here within this docker compose file are in a running mode. So docker compose, and I'm using -d. So -d stands for detached. We already know about this. So I have entered, and here we can see like these are the containers which will be running: Selenium Hub, Firefox, Chrome, Edge. We have Chrome video, Edge video, and Firefox video. And you see a folder is created. Wait for some time, and you will be able to see three videos, blank videos as of now in it as well. So let us wait. See, we have three videos here. So as of now, there will be nothing. The end of execution, this particular files will still be blank. So until or unless you stop this particular container, you will see nothing in this part in these particular videos. The size of these videos will be 0 byte. Okay, so this thing we already discussed. So let me do one thing. I will execute from testng.xml. We have 3 test cases, and let me check if my grid is also up and running. Okay, so we have grid up and running as well. And let me execute. As of now, there is 0 sessions. Let us wait for some time. Okay, we have a Chrome session, and if we go here, it will take some time to appear here, but it will be here soon. It depends upon your network and your system, like network speed and the system processing power. Okay, we have it here. We can see here we have first session, and if we open here, secret. Okay, it is connected successfully. Here we can see, and yeah, we have a test case for invalid password checks, so that is being done here. Okay, one test case is passed. Now the second session will be either for Firefox or for Edge. It is there. So we will be seeing a concurrency here as soon as we have something in the session. So we'll jump there once we have some percentage here. Yeah, we have the concurrency and we have the session. This is what you need to put, secret, and just click on accept. Connected successfully. This will also pass. I can see the expected result is there. Okay, and the third one will be for edge. So let me close this one. Okay, you can see this has also started with. It will take some time to load the driver. And here we have. Okay, we have invalid credentials here, and again this is the thing that we want to verify. So we should see now 3 tests passed out of 3, and then we will see without without shutting down any of the container whether we have any content or not. So this thing is completed. Now we can, yeah, test execution is completed as well. Now I will go here. So here you can see Chrome video, Edge video and Firefox video, but if you'll see the size, as of now it contains 0 byte, right? So what I can do, I will stop one of the container, and for that what we can do is, let me do docker ps. It will list all the running containers, and then let me check the edge video only. So for that, just copy this container id and use docker stop and container id. Okay, the container has stopped, and you can see we have some content available in the edge video, while these two are still blank. So if we open this edge video, we shall see the recording of the thing that was executed. So it took some time here in this case, but I have seen earlier that it works fine. Like sometime it takes more time depending upon the processing that you have. Let us quickly check where is that recorded content. Is it in the end? Yeah. So here we have. So in case you have multiple test cases, and you are like whatever the test cases will be executed in this particular container, all of those test cases will be displayed in this particular video file only, right? So this contains the recording of that, and then let me set down the other two containers using docker compose down. Yeah, because if you remember, like even when we were checking our Docker grid, sorry, Selenium grid, we were able to see we were waiting for a longer time. That was due to the processing power that a system has. And in my case, like I saw that today my system is working a bit slow. So that's why this much of time is being taken in driver load up and other activities, and that's why you are seeing that just for one particular video this is the time that has been taken, 9:38. So as we discussed earlier, like we have now six containers running, three for browser and three for video recording. So that's why it is working slow. But in like in the systems that you have, that we have in the offices or the laptop offices, like this will work pretty fast. See, it was here. Okay, and similarly for Chrome as well. So here is the recording, right? Okay, and this is regarding video recording. And then the second thing is, uh, I saw one particular challenge. Like in case, let me show you quickly, and it will cover our that aspect as well, where we were discussing that in case we have less services, it will be faster, right? The recording will be faster. So what I will do is, I have already shut down the containers. I have removed that video directory, and apart from that, let me update my docker compose file so that it has just one service, and that service is, let us take only Chrome service and the Chrome video service, so that our execution is faster and our recording also shall be of smaller duration. Okay, now we have just three containers, and the thing here is, like, I'm using two sessions for Chrome, and I will show something related to parallel execution. So let me comment one of the test case, and here I will use Chrome, and I will pass Chrome as the browser name. Then for parallel execution, let me use thread count as 2 and parallel equal to tests, right? So we are sorted here. So we have two test cases for Chrome here, and in our Docker Compose file we have Chrome service with max essence 2, concurrency of 2, and then we have the Chrome video. So let us see what happen in case we have parallel execution and we use the same thing. So in that case, first of all I need to uh, up my containers. So for that I will use Docker Compose in detached mode, and we shall see just three containers now: Selenium Hub, Chrome, and Chrome Video. And here you can see just one video is being created. I will execute it. I'll go to grid. I should have two sessions running parallelly. Here you can see max concurrency of 2. It is coming from our Docker Compose setting as only. Okay, so we have sessions here. Both of the sessions have started. Both of the tests we can see here. And we saw last time where we had like 6 containers, because my system is not capable of handling such much that much of the processing, so that's why the test execution was slow. And this the like driver initialization was also slow within the containers due to the same reason. But here our test cases have executed and completed, and we can see it didn't took that much of time. So now what I'll do is I'm going to stop the containers, and again I'm going to go to videos. Sorry. And here you can see your video is there. Let us see the time it has. Last time it was around 10 minutes. This time it is around 2 minutes. And the thing that we need to keep in mind, like we had the parallel execution. So this is one thing which I have observed. In case of parallel execution, you will not be able to see both of the both of the runs, because you have just one video recorder, and one video recorder for a container, and the container is running two tests parallelly. So this is a constraint that I have observed there, which was not on the website, but yeah, this is there. Apart from that, in case you want to do a parallel run on multi-browser setups, like you want to have 3 threads running and each of those thread will be on different browser, then there is no issue. You can have the recording in this way as we saw earlier, right? So this was the agenda for the day, and I think we have covered it all. I will share the source code of this particular video with the GitHub repo in the description section of the video. And in case you are liking the content that I'm making, please do like and subscribe, and do share it with your QA friends as well. Thank you. See you in the next video.